There's a new season in Call of Duty Mobile, and with that comes a new tier list. You will see some guns return to the tier list and some rise up. Let's get started. To kick things off, we have a staple on our list, the USS9. It has been more than 250 days since it has come out and has been at the top of the flex category and a true menace in ranked for a long while, thanks to its very high mobility, quick ADS speeds, which are still quite good, and the .41 AE magazine giving it extremely consistent 3 taps, and often even some 2 taps, and recoil so smooth and easy to control. You can challenge and even outgun people at AR ranges while high on whatever the devs were smoking while making this gun. Now for a weapon a step below the USS9. It is the BP-50. While the USS9 has the ability to outgun some ARs, this AR does a switcheroo and fights SMGs at their own range. With our build, the huge mag capacity ensures you never run out of ammo during a crucial gunfight, and it also has a really high mobility stat, fast fire rate, quick ADS time, and controllable recoil, allowing you to take on targets at almost any range but being highly dominant at the CQC ranges. Another staple of the flex category is the Odin. Odin is for those who have a high accuracy percentage solely for bragging rights, for those who will find any absurd head glitch known to man and abuse it until the cows come home. In other words, your average ranked opponent in the firing range or crash map, camping tower, or the hotel, and for a good reason too. It has the highest damage per shot for all the full auto ARs in the game. It also has manageable recoil but harsh penalties to the movement. These are all necessary since it has the most consistent 3M2 shots and one of the easiest fast TDAs you can achieve in the game. A rather new addition to the game, the XM4, after a shaky launch, has all but become one of the best all-rounders in the game for a flex role. The amazing buffs it got to its recoil and its attachment has done wonders to this gun. With a great blend of mobility and great ammo economy, it also boasts a competitive 240 millisecond time to kill with 4 shots at medium range, which can go down to 160 with 3 shots if you mix in some headshots, making it a complete upgrade over the Type 19, which got taken behind the barn and shot twice to the head for how brutal its nerfs were. The undisputed GOAT of the LMG category is currently the MG42. While based on past performance of the MG82, we were expecting an extremely overpowered LMG, but when it launched, it fell flat on its face and has shown to be very mediocre. The MG42 stays unthreatened for now. It has the lowest and easiest to control recoil in its class, while its mobility is on the lower side. It boasts a decent time to kill of 232 milliseconds and a shots to kill of 5 and can rain down a lot of fire thanks to its blistering 1034 RPM fire rate, shedding anything in your path. A fan favorite of the community, the KN44, used to have stiff competition with the LK24 across various seasons, but with a few recent buffs, it has pulled far ahead of the LK24 and serves as the de facto king of passive ARs. This gun boasts a rather smooth and somewhat controllable recoil, decent mobility, and a respectable 625 RPM fire rate. These stats help it in reserving the passive role of locking down ranges, catch rushes off guard, while also staying in gunfights longer. It also has a good time to kill of 192 ms and can 3-shot up to 26 meters relatively consistently. However, it might 4-shot sometimes, which would be a slow time to kill. This stat package makes it a worthwhile gun to use. While the LMG is the better LMG of fast fire rates and easy recoil, great for respawns, the RAL MG is the polar opposite of the MG42, but in a good way. The RAL MG is a heavy yet beefy LMG and fires literal bricks which will make you bricked up. This chump can lay down so much fire with a large magazine that it will fire for all eternity. It does have a low fire rate, but that is a positive as you can spray longer. It has a really high damage per shot of up to 51 in a headshot and 41 to the chest, allowing for quick 3 taps and even 2 taps if you get some headshots, with insanely fast time to kill. Added earlier this year, the VMP has risen up to basically replace the Fennec completely. It has everything the Fennec does but much better. It has much better mobility, better ADS speed, better strafe, better damage in CQC. With 32 to the head and 30 to the body, you can easily get extremely fast 4 shots to kill anyone, which is crazy good. Yes, the Fennec is pretty good, but the VMP is so much better. The Fennec has no reason to be used over the VMP. The R9O is a quirky pump-action double-barrel shotgun which has a silly feature of firing 2 loads before needing to be pumped again, and it has 14 rounds in the chamber. It also has another quirk of being one of the first shotguns to have a versa fire performance over ADS. Sure, the hipfire performance is not horrid, it's a shotgun, of course. It will chomp away a whole chunk of your body if you come too close, but it really shines brighter when you ADS, as it can one-shot to the chest at 15 meters with no issues, and with an easy follow-up shot, it can easily two-pump anybody at that range if needed. The KRM is your ideal partner if your objective is to go into full chaos mode, hit firing enemies mid-slide, mid-jump, mid-climb, or while avoiding bullets like you're in a greasy action movie. It's easy to understand why this gun has established itself as the standard in Garena CODM. It has a surprisingly good range, hits hard with dependable one-shot, and is incredibly quick. Although it may not always be as deadly as the R9, players who prefer to stay in your face and apply pressure are drawn to it because of its unadulterated aggression potential. Pure sweaty dominance without hesitation. Now we have a new addition this season, the HSO45. It plays kind of similar to the KM, but it has more pellets per shot, it moves faster, it feels way smoother to use, but it can't run a suppressor. So, if that's your thing, definitely use this weapon over the KRM, as it can one-tap just hip firing really far away, and this clip should show you that too. Finally, we have the precision weapons. These are the most aim-intensive weapons on the list, but they are basically unbeatable at mid to long range. You can even use them up close if your aim is that cracked. First, we have the only DMR on this list, the Type 63. Imagine SKS, now give it the sprint speed of an AR, fast ADS time without needing to sacrifice hit flinch, and even a slightly faster fire rate. It's basically a straight upgrade to the SKS, which is why we don't have it on the list this season. Yes, the SKS has the advantage of being hit scan, but be honest, when was the last time you actually noticed the bullet speed on Type 63? Don't answer. We all know you didn't. Even after the nerf to its hit range, the LW3 Tundra is still a very strong sniper rifle, as it is the jack of all trades, being competitive in nearly every stat. It features consistent one-tap hitboxes, above average sprint speed for sniper rifles, good fire rate, decent ADS time. While its hit range is not quite as low as before, it is still better than the majority of the snipers out there. The only thing it can't do as well is blank scope, as you basically have to be fully aimed to be somewhat accurate. But the Tundra is no longer the king of snipers, especially after the nerf. Some of you might remember that sniper rifles used to have much faster ADS times back in 2020, making them borderline unfair to play against, so the devs brought it back in the form of the Threeline rifle. This gun features the same one-tap consistency and hit flinch of the Tundra, actually somewhat lower, except it has the ADS time of a marksman rifle, making it the prime option for quickscoping. It does have a slower fire rate than the Tundra, but that doesn't really matter when you have the fastest ADS time in the entire sniper class. Now we have the CX9 Beast, an SMG that's deceptively strong and incredibly fun once mastered, and benefits from the Vulture buff this season. It fires an insanely fast 2-round burst at 1034 RPM, has a lightning fast time to kill of 116 ms, and only needs 3 shots to secure a kill, making it deadly in close quarters combat. Its very high mobility makes it perfect for fast-paced maps like Nuketown, where movement and reaction time are everything. However, it's not a pick and pray kind of weapon, as the small magazine and burst mechanic mean that missed shots will punish you hard. But if you're accurate and play smart, the CX9 Beast is an underrated powerhouse and a great overall pick for aggressive high-skill players, especially as an overkill pick for search and destroy, as you can really benefit from that fast time to kill and won't have to challenge multiple enemies in one go. Now we have the DIH, once a proud member of the infamous three-tapper trifecta, now more like that retired uncle who won't stop talking about how things were better back in his day. And hey, he's not totally wrong. The DIH might not be what it once was, but there's still some serious fire left in this old warhorse. It can hit almost 50 damage to the head up to 21 meters and consistently lands 3 taps all the way up to 36 meters with a TTK of 210 ms, which is is nothing to scoff at. Sure, it's been overshadowed by the USS9, which kinda came in and stole its lunch money, but that doesn't take away from the DRH's strengths. It still handles like a dream, beams with low recoil, and offers a solid off-meta pick for players who want something reliable with a bit of a nostalgia kick. Since its buff a few seasons ago, the Man of War with Thermite rounds has been a threat, solidifying its position as one of the most repressive options in the current meta. It feels smooth and lethal in almost every encounter because of its amazing range, low recoil, and immunity to BSA. Most players must use Flak Jacket and Dauntless to survive the Thermite rounds, and at one point, Flak Jacket was unable to handle the burn. However, you'll need to keep an eye on your ammunition supply because the reserves aren't exactly plentiful. More significantly, the consistency of your tap shots is what determines whether you can get kills or not, and you'll also need to unpeak in time, else you might just get killed and then see your enemy get killed after you're killed. And finally, to round off the list, we have the Jak-12 with Dragon's Breath rounds. This one keeps things simple but deadly. It's a fully automatic shotgun with surprisingly good range and performs much like a full auto version of the R9, delivering consistent burn damage and overwhelming pressure in close to mid ranges. It's easy to use, hard to deal with, and extremely effective in aggressive playstyles. Also, we see a lot of you people comment that what if I just use Flak Jacket or Dauntless? Congratulations, this gun bypasses both perks. The only real drawback is its limited ammo reserves, which can catch you off guard if you're not paying attention. But when managed well, the Jak-12 is a relentless force.